What is up, everybody on YouTube? Ooh, hold on. Yeah, I already got bit up by something out here. So hold on, let me see. Max resolution is 720. Okay. But yeah, what's up, everybody on YouTube? Quick live stream, real quick. Just woke up. Just woke up. As you can see, got this bad boy in right here. Old but newy to me. Samsung Galaxy S6. I can already tell you, I ain't that much of a fan of the battery. But how y'all doing this morning, whoever watching the stream? Let me see, let me go to the chat real quick. I'm already getting bit by something out here. Yeah. But anywho, let's go ahead and get it. The OnePlus 5 was released yesterday. I'm about to get my opinion on that real quick. I'm gonna go over the specs. So obviously, yeah, the OnePlus 5 was released yesterday, or not released, but announced. I guess released and announced at the same time. I mean, it looks like a good phone. I don't know if you've been a fan of OnePlus since it first came out, but since the beginning, well, I don't want to say since the beginning. I think when the first one came out, I could be wrong. I could just research it, but I'm not doing that. When the first one came out, I think it was like around, was it $299? And it was supposed to be the flagship killer. But then when it first came out, it was like this little weird invite system where you had to like be invited or something like that to actually purchase the phone. And I never really liked that. Thought that was weird, but that don't mean I don't like the phone though. I just didn't like the business practice or the marketing practice. But as far as the OnePlus 5, I mean, it looks good. I mean, it doesn't look like a bad phone at all. It looks well built, all that. As you see, you got a 5.5 inch screen here. So it's a 5.5 inch screen. It's 1080p. I believe it's AMOLED. It has a dual setup with cameras in the back. It has I think it's one is 16 megapixels, either 16 or 12, and the other one is 20. It has an option for 6 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM. It's a Snapdragon 835 and has a 3,300 milliamp hour battery. It's a cool, decent looking phone, but I mean, I never actually owned a OnePlus phone, but I could say this here is that it just sucks that they couldn't actually upgrade that screen to a AMOLED, or not an AMOLED, a 1440 screen. Not that it's really needed, but it's just, if it's going to be a flagship killer, that one thing is like holding it back. That's one of the things that is holding it back there. It has Gorilla Glass 5, so cornering Gorilla Glass 5. It's running 7.1.1 Nougat. Now the cool thing about it is the 6 gigs of RAM and the 8 gigs of RAM. Now 6 gigs comes with 64 gigs of storage, and 8 gigs of RAM comes with 128 gigabytes of storage. And as far as the camera goes, it has a dual, so it's a dual, 16 megapixel, 1.7 aperture. The other one is a 2.6. It's for more like a zoom in. It's like a higher quality camera for you to zoom in. Has phase detection, autofocus, 2x optical zoom. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't know it had 2x optical zoom. Of course, you can shoot at 1080p, 30 and 60 frames, 720p for slow motion, and it shoots in 4K as well. Has a gyroscope. So yeah, I mean, it's a cool, decent looking phone, but it's at the price of $400. Well, I'm gonna say $500. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and say $500 for the higher model. It starts at $479, I believe, but it's like at least 530 for 128 gigabytes of storage. And like I don't know if you guys watch Jay Will, but like Jay Will said, man, they released 3 phones in the last year, and that's kind of crazy. Imagine if like, you know how usually when you make a product, it usually updates in like yearly increments, or maybe 2 years, 3 years. But with cell phones now, the times that we in, they're forced to update every single year. And so as far as the customers are concerned, like Jay Will said in his video, I agree with him. Like, it's not fair to the customers, because if you buy a phone like last year, like the OnePlus 3, and then it comes out, then it turns around, and you turn around and you see OnePlus drops another phone, 3T, with the Snapdragon 821, and then not even 6-7 months later, they come out with another phone. It's the OnePlus 5. There's already 3 phones in 1 year. So is that fair to the customer? No, I don't think it's fair at all. I don't even think it's a good business practice, because if you want to keep your loyal fans, like, you want to be able to have give opportunity to all the people who have a OnePlus device enough time with one device to actually, you know, feel the need to upgrade. Because if you buy a phone like the OnePlus 3T, yeah, the 835 is in the 5, but is it worth the upgrade right now? Is it that much of a difference? I don't know. Of course, me being a tech person, I would rather have the 835, don't get me wrong, but would I tell people to go get the 830? Would I tell people to get the OnePlus 5 as opposed to the 3T? When the 3T just came out not even 6-7 months ago, if that? No, I wouldn't. So, as far as the OnePlus 5 is concerned, I would get it if I had the funds to actually go purchase one, but and that's only because I never actually own one. I don't have one in hand. Like, if I had brought the 3T, I would probably still. If I bought the 3T, I would be waiting on. I will wait quite a while to get the OnePlus 5, because the 3T, I'm pretty sure, is still a killer phone. You still got 6 gigs of RAM. I mean, I don't see the upgrade being needed for the OnePlus 5 there. So let's see. So yeah, like I said, I got the Galaxy S6 here. I got the first impressions videos coming soon. It's already on the channel. Just gotta release it public. But yeah, this phone is actually, you know, it's still pretty good. It comes from Sprint. It's a Sprint variant of the phone. I got it from a family member. I didn't buy it like off of eBay or anything like that. And I would have, but it's just a lot easier to get a phone off a family member for a cheaper price than getting it offline from eBay. So yeah, this is the phone here I consider to be the phone that turned Samsung around, as far as them being like a top of the line phone maker as far as build quality is concerned, because this phone is what changed the game for them. That 16 megapixel camera in the back is still good, with the heart rate monitor right here, thin body, great build with the metal, and I think it's metal on the sides. Yeah, metal, or either metal or aluminum on the side of it, with the glass on the back there. Very well built phone with the fingerprint scanner that you don't have to slide down on. You can just press it and it unlocks. Oops. It isn't working. For some reason it didn't work that way, but it unlocks there. Screen is absolutely gorgeous. This is the first phone I had with this many pixels per inch as far as the clarity of it. It's a 5.1 inch with 575 pixels per inch. Never had a screen this clear, and the thing is beautiful. Like I said, the camera is amazing as well. I considered it amazing for the time it came out, because of course it got better as time went on with the S7 coming out with the 1.7 aperture camera. That camera was absolutely excellent. I can't talk excellent based on reviews and me using it in person, because my sister has the S7 Edge, so you already know that camera is bomb. It's dope. But as far as the phone here, one thing I don't like about it so far is the battery life on it. Now, I could expect this only because the phone itself only has a 2,550 milliamp hour. Yeah, I know that title. The phone itself only has a 2,550 milliamp hour battery. With a screen that's 2K, I'm lucky to get 2.5 hours, 3 hours of screen on time for this phone here. The battery does not last long at all, but it's not like a phone I'm using for like a daily drive or anything like that. It's just a phone I wanted to use to do a couple of videos with, and you know, just have a couple versus battles as far as speed test goes. So yeah, I really like the phone. By the way, Magic Check, I saw you in here, man. Yeah, that title is funny. But yeah, the phone is cool, man. I got it for a good price. So I mean, it is partially unlocked. I put the Cricket SIM card in here. I was able to connect to 3G. Now, would that change if I fully unlock it? Because I don't think the device is fully unlocked. Because every time I switch it over to LTE, it still connects to Sprint. No, it will be connected to Cricket's LTE, but I won't be able to make the phone calls. I won't be able to do simple things like text messaging and calls. But if I put it over to GSM mode, it will work perfectly fine on Cricket's network, but it would only give me 3G. No biggie, because I'm planning on pretty soon I plan on switching my plan to a 10 gigabyte plan, because I don't really need the unlimited anymore. Most of the reason I had the unlimited was because I didn't have internet in my house for quite a while. Since I got that back recently, I'm not really gonna need yeah, you won't be able to do both at the same time. You're right, man. You won't be able to do both at the same time because it is a CD-made phone. So you're right about that. But yeah, I won't really be needing the unlimited plan anymore with Cricket. And everywhere I go, I got Cricket service, man. So I can't leave it. Although I always think about it to get them port-in deals, but I ain't gonna do it like that. As far as the SE goes, man, that phone is still dope. I kind of thought twice about returning it, only because I want to give another iPhone a try. It would be kind of a downgrade. It's the same company, Total Wireless. They got the iPhone 6 for $199. I would go ahead and go to the Boost Mobile one, but the Boost Mobile one, they want $450 for the iPhone 6, 32 gigs, and Total Wireless is asking for what, $199? Nah, I'm not gonna pay $450 if I could pay $199, and I just want to see what the phone. I just want to see how the phone operates. So you know what? That's gonna be the end of this stream here, man. Don't really have much to talk about besides that. I might do another one later when I'm doing a video, because I gotta shoot a couple of videos later. So if you guys, of course, have any questions about the stream or the phone here, let me know in the comments. First impressions for the S6 is going to be dropping probably tomorrow. And I'm going to be having some versus videos with the iPhone and the Axon. The Axon one is going to be coming out in a couple of days too. It's already shot. It's got to upload it. It's shot at 60 frames too, man. So that thing looks good. So anyway, as you do know, my name is Max the Rock. I want to say, of course, thank you for watching the live stream or watching the playback. And you guys have a good day. Deuces. Peace.